Morning everyone. Hey, it's Len from Mercury Man Garage and Outdoors. Well, we're heading out to the wood yard today. And no, it's not going to be another snow plowing video. I imagine y'all are getting sick of those. Hopefully the snow's done for a little while. We've been bombarded with snow this year. But it's been a good firewood season for selling bundles, so I can't complain too much. But we're going to head out to the wood yard today because we have a storage issue. Stay tuned. All right, as you can see, I got my two little buddies out here. They've been cooped up for so long, they got a lot of energy to burn up. I think they're ready to go in. It's getting kind of cold out here for them and their little feet. What do you think, girls? Are you done? Izzy found something to sniff. Yep, I think they're ready to go in. Alright, well, we got the two little dogs put away. They can't stay out here too long. It's about 14 degrees out here. I thought about warming up the truck and bringing that out here, but it's such a beautiful day. I mean, relatively speaking. It looks beautiful. It's cold, but you can dress for it. So I just thought I'd walk out here. And the dogs wanted to come with me, but you know how it is with them little dogs. They don't want to stay out too long. But anyway, guys, no, it's not another snow plowing video. As you can see, I got that all done the other day. Actually, it took me about 2 days because we just kept getting snow. And with that little John Deere 2025R and a bucket, it takes a while. Kind of like my splitter. just takes a while. But things will be remedied to take care of that going forward. But anyway, guys, here's my woodshed. You guys have seen this many times, and just notice something about the wood in here. I mean, we've had a lot of snow this year. Windy, blizzards, you know, all you could want in the winter we've had. Everything but ice, and I don't want ice, so. But it's been a good winter for snow. But taking a look at this wood in here, it's fairly clean. I mean, even the edges, when it's way out to the edge right here, I mean, granted, right after a snowstorm, there's going to be snow up on these, you know, edges of the ends of the wood. But for the most part, it stays really clean and dry. And for me and my bundle sales, that's critical, because I don't want to bundle up a bunch of snowy, wet, frozen wood. So the woodshed is turning out to be my ideal storage. And I knew it would be, you know, but it's just, you know, going back to that stacking versus piling debate, and you guys have seen the videos on that, and I'm kind of torn again. I'm kind of leaning more towards the woodshed again and stacking in there, and what that'll mean is I'll lose these 2 spots for firewood. At least one. I'm still would like to keep one for splitter storage and wheelbarrows and implements and things like that. But this is turning out to be the ideal way of storing firewood for me. And it's just very, very time consuming. You know, with these small splits and stacking, hauling to the woodshed to stack, it's just time consuming. But I think in the long run, it's worth it because of that's just how the wood looks in the wintertime, because that's my biggest time to sell, is in the winter. That's my busiest season for some reason. I can't get a lot of customers for campground wood. And, you know, fires around the neighborhood, campers, things like that, they just don't seem to buy from me as much as I sell in the winter. I mean, it's night and day difference. And the reason I'm leaning more towards stacking in the woodshed is this. This is my bin. Can you tell the difference? I mean, to get at this wood in the wintertime would be a chore. The totes, not so much, because like I said, I'm leaning towards just loose tossing the wood in the totes, so that way I can just pick them up with the 2025R and drive right into the pole barn to bundle. But obviously I'm going to need lids, kind of like what I have over there. Still get a little snow on the sides, but nothing like this. I mean, this is going to be, I mean, this wood's fine. It's not usable yet this year, so it can sit. But if this was dry wood and we had snow like this, it would be trouble trying to get all that snow off of there, bring it into the barn. Yeah, I could put it in there and heat up the barn and let it melt off, but then you're dealing with wet wood, and I don't know. I just don't see me going that route. Like I said, I'll put lids on the totes, but as far as the bin itself, I can't even get at the wood, for one thing. On the other side, there's an opening I can get at, but there's 2-foot drifts all the way around this. And just to try to pull out that wood from the pile, it's going to be full of snow and frozen and just out in the elements, as opposed to this nice clean wood right here. Yeah, a lot more time involved with the stacking and whatnot, but in the long run I think it's going to be worth it because of the potential of this in the wintertime. Yeah, this has been an unusual winter, I will say that. We haven't had snow like this in years, and usually when we do get snow like this, it's gone within probably a week or less, because it usually warms up and then we get rain and it's a sloppy mess. If I had my druthers, I'd love to have a winter like this every year. The cold has been kind of brutal, but I love frozen ground and I just love the look of the snow, and it's just a lot cleaner look. But I can't do firewood from a bin in a winter like this, especially since, like I said, my business booms in the winter, and I'd much rather pull wood out of something like this to haul into the pole barn to bundle, rather than pull wood out of something like that to haul into the pole barn to bundle. Now, as you guys can see, I've already used quite a bit of these two bays right here. My red oak is gone. I got 2 rows of maple plus that little row right there left. And like I said, the red oak is all in here. That's gone. This right here is locust, black locust, which I'm saving this for our wood stove when we get that installed. I'm using this in our stove. And also a little bit of the mulberry back there. I'm going to use that too. So I'm going to save the good stuff, the black locust, for my own personal use, along with the mulberry. And I might even use some of this maple. I might have to. This right here is going to be ready next year. And everything in this bin will be for next year too. I'm probably just going to leave that bin for now as is. This is hickory in these totes right here. Like I said, I can just grab that with the tractor, put some lids on them, and save those for next year. The stuff in the bunker or in the bin, not sure yet. I'm not going to add to it, I don't think. I'm just going to leave it as is. And maybe I will pull out of there. If I do get campfire orders this summer, I'll just pull from that bin right there and save this for my winter stock. So that might be an option too. Leave the bin for like summer wood. Maybe make it a little smaller and just use that for my summer sales. That might be an option. That might be what I do. I still kind of want to keep the bin, some sort of bin, and I might just use it for summer wood. That right there is hickory cut short. That'll be ready this summer, this spring and summer. And this right here is white oak, which is what I got last year from a tree service. And I split that up fairly small. And that's borderline. It's right around 20%. I'm selling it in my bundles because I pretty much have to. I figured with it being right around 20, I'm safe. But here again, even with a lid on a tote in the wintertime, look at all the snow in there. So every time I pull a couple of pieces out of there, I'm smacking the pieces together to get all the snow off as much as I can. And again, I'd much rather deal with wood, pulling wood out of the woodshed than pulling wood out of a tote in the wintertime. Same thing with my cherry over here. There's snow in there. Gets in the nooks and crannies. And you know, one of the reasons I like to pull wood and bring it into the pole barn, say like pull it out of a tote like this, because I get a lot of critters in there that nest in there in the fall. And this way, if I could just lift the whole tote up and bring that into the pole barn, then I'm potentially bringing in mice and critters, and I don't want to do that. And hopefully I don't have that with those loose toss totes. Hopefully I don't get a bunch of critters in there throughout the year, being that the wood is all kind of, you know, misaligned. Maybe they won't be able to build a nest as easily as they can in something like this where the wood is nice and level. We'll see. We'll see about that. But yeah, the wood yard is still evolving, I guess you'd say. But it's evolving back to the woodshed. And hopefully for good reason. It's like I said, it's just with everything concerned from, you know, the storage to bundling, it's going to take more time to put in here for sure. But the end result is much, much cleaner and easier to deal with in the wintertime, I think. So we're going back to woodshed storage for the most part. Tote storage, we're still going to use totes as much as I can. Loose toss totes. The bin itself, I may be cutting down on that a little bit, making it smaller. And I might move it too, because I did get some leaves in there this year. So we may be moving it maybe over into here more. But we'll see down the road how that works out. All right, guys, just a quick little update here on my wood storage and some issues I'm having this winter. And going forward, we're going back to the woodshed. I think that's the best route for me. And all the snow that we got this year was a key decision in that process, was going back to the woodshed, because it's just nice looking wood. It's covered. Yeah, I do get some critters in there, but the snow, it's just, the biggest thing is just the cleaner storage facility, and not a foot of snow on top where I have to shovel all that off to get at the splits. So stay tuned for more on that. You know, in the spring, we'll be delving into that a little bit more. Transforming the wood yard once again. But all right, guys, I guess that's gonna do it for today. Getting a little cold out here. Hopefully you enjoyed this. If you did, consider subscribing. I'd appreciate it if you did. No charge, it's free, and no commitment. All right, guys, please subscribe, give me a like, leave a comment, and remember, find your thing. Have a good one. Oh, there's my kindling.